Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome inside the Waupaca Fieldhouse for tonight's non-conference matchup of the hosting Comets of the Northeastern Conference taking on the Bay Conference's Winneconne Wolves. My name is Gunnar Tippert. I'm joined by Gus Olson here on the production side of tonight's broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Our second game of the week here from Waupaca. We'll get you the upcoming Waupaca schedule sometime during tonight's broadcast, but focusing on tonight's game, it's the 10-6 Winneconne Wolves coming to town. They are at 6-4 in conference play. Again, in the Bay Conference, they're currently 4th out of 9 teams, and Waupaca 2-11 on the year, 1-8 in Northeastern Conference play, 8th out of 9. But the story of the season so far for the Comets has been a lot of close losses. Of their 11 losses, 5 of them have been by 10 or less points, including 4 conference games decided by 7 or less points. So Waupaca certainly has been in games this year, and they just need to find a way to finish them. After finishing 13-12 a year ago, Aaron Wolf, their leading scorer from a year ago, graduated. He's now at Lakeland University, fifth all-time leading scorer for the program. So it's always going to take a little bit of adjusting for any team, and Coach Resch in his 5th year for the Comets. Overall record of 46-69 for Resch. He also coached at Stevens Point Pacelli for 3 years there, before moving on to UW Stevens Point and then coming here to Waupaca. And on the other side, John Flanagan is in his 2nd year with Winneconne. They were 8-17 a year ago. They're already 2 wins better than last year at 10-6. So he's 18-23 overall as Winneconne moves to a new conference this year. Their old conference, the East Central, disbanded with their members, 7 different teams going every which way. Winneconne was the only team from that now defunct league to join the Bay. They joined the Bay the same year that Fox Valley Lutheran does. In fact, Fox Valley Lutheran, of course, used to be in Waupaca's conference in the Northeastern. John Flanagan coached at he went to UW Oshkosh, and then he was an assistant coach and JV coach at Oshkosh North High School. Most recently, before coming to Winneconne, he coached under WBCA Hall of Fame head coach Frank Shady of the Spartans. And all 5 starters are back from last year's Wolves team, or I should say all of their contributors are back, as they've got a new starter in the lineup this year that was playing for the middle school last year. Freshman Drew Lenz has been a revelation for this Winneconne team that got off to a little bit of a slow start on the season. I saw their first game of the year against Appleton North, one of the best Division I schools in the state, and they lost that one by nearly 20 points, but they hung tough with a bigger school. And, of course, the year got off to a little bit of a slow start for this basketball program because the Winneconne Wolves were your Division IV state football champions, and there was a lot of crossover between the 2 teams on the gridiron and on the hardwood. In fact, I made a point in my notes here. I believe 5 different players on this Winneconne squad were on the football team, including 3 starters. But they're on a roll right now. They're at 10-6. They play in Division III, Waupaca Division II. So not only is this a out-of-conference game, this is an out-of-division game, as both of these schools play in conferences where they don't play teams where they'll play in the playoffs much. Waupaca plays typically much smaller schools. Winneconne plays a little bit larger schools. Buzzer hits 0, and we'll throw it over to public address announcer Doug Nowak.
There are exit points behind the curtain, and there are exit points to the left and to the right
Thanks again to Doug Nowak on the PA. He'll be calling the rest of the game. For the fans in attendance here, tonight's officials, Vanya Kepke, Daniel Beck, and James Jones. Starting lineups, in case you weren't able to pick it up from Mr. Nowak, Lenz, Schaefer, Bartel, Ingalls, and Walker. For the Wolves, Adamczyk, Harms, Dolsky, Loritzen, and Olsen. For the Comets, on the tip, it's going to be Adamczyk for the hosts, and Brody Schaefer, the Iowa football commit. He'll lose the tip to Loritzen, and the Comets, Adamczyk, and the Comets will have first possession. And it appears a zone here for Winneconne early, 1-3-1 with Schaefer at the top. Waupaca works it into the high post, and they kick it back out and around for Max Dolsky from the corner. And the board to Schaefer, but it's a foul, as it looked like Schaefer had lost the handle. But instead, we're going to have the first foul of the game. It's going to be on Adamczyk in transition there. Fletcher's Jewelry in downtown Waupaca is a fourth-generation, locally owned jewelry store. Find the perfect ring, necklace, earrings, watch, diamond, and so much more. Perfect for any occasion and even offering repairs. That's Fletcher's Jewelry in downtown Waupaca. This time it is turned over. Harms on the break. He feeds to Olsen, and Max Olsen opens up the scoring. Harms with the assist, junior to senior there. 2-0 in favor of the Comets. Comets in their home white Under Armour uniforms with the side paneling of navy and red. Winneconne in their road burgundies with the white lettering and black trim. Nike uniforms for them. Drew Lenz, the dynamic freshman, on the court as a starter with 4 seniors for Winneconne. All of Winneconne's contributors from a year ago returning, except for one name not on the roster, Ryan Quigley from last year's team, as the shot is missed there by Schaefer. And Winneconne, a high-powered offense, have struggled a little bit more on the defensive end this year. They find Olsen open, extra pass to Adamczyk. He goes in, tries to give it to Loritzen, and it's turned over for the first time by the Comets. In transition, Brody Schaefer on the board. He was the quarterback for that state championship football team. He's headed to Iowa City next year to play football for the Hawkeyes, where I believe he'll be on the defensive side, playing safety. From the wing, it's Olsen, the lone scorer on the day for the Comets. He can't add to his total, and back come the Wolves. This is Parker Ingalls, the leading scorer for Winneconne, and he kicks it out to Dallas Walker. Walker was on the offensive line of that football team. He gives to his quarterback, and Schaefer to the hole. No good. And it's an up-and-down game here. In transition, nice feed from Harms. Yet again, he picks up the assist, and Dolsky will finish 4-2, Waupaca. Drew Lenz averaging nearly 18 points on the year, along with 5.6 assists. He gives, and Bartel will drive the lane and draw the foul. Gage Bartel, the 6'4 senior, headed to the line for our first free throws of the evening. These two teams met a year ago, or I should say over a year ago, but last season on December 30th of 2024 in Winneconne. It was the Wolves getting the win 56-42 in that one. Adamczyk picks up his second team foul, and the first free throw is knocked down by Bartel. Kanye Bestman, the first sub of the game, on the side of the host Comets. In that game a year ago, Aaron Wolf had 27 of the 42 Comet points, as Winneconne had a more balanced scoring attack. Ingalls had 17, Schaefer had 15, and the free throw shooter there, Bartel, had 10. He's got 4 to start off tonight. So Adamczyk will head to the bench with his 2 fouls, and the Comets will continue to have to work against this 1-3-1. Loritzen penetrates, gives to Bestman fresh into the game, and they'll reset. Smaller lineup on the floor, Waupaca, especially compared to the Wolves. And it's stolen by Schaefer. He goes the other way. And 1 for Brody Schaefer, as it's going to be Harms on the foul. So Harms has the 2 assists, and now he picks up a foul, as it's 3 team fouls to none. In favor of the Wolves. You want to have 0. Schaefer misses his free throw but grabs his own board, and it's nearly a 4-point possession. He couldn't finish, but Lenz picks up the scraps there and gets his first points of the night. Across half court is Olsen. He finds Harms open for three and buried for the junior, Eric Harms. It's 7-8 in favor of Winneconne, and we're going to have another foul, this time non-shooting variety, on the Comets. It's going to be on Olsen, his first, already the fourth for the Comets. Two subs on for the Wolves, Julian Aberle and Aaron Zimmer. Zimmer just a sophomore, Aberle in his senior season. And this is Zimmer, number 12, Aberle, number 10 on the far side of the court from our vantage point. It's Ingles on the curl cut. He shoots over Harms, shot no good, but he gets his own offensive rebound as Waupaca couldn't collect it. But a block from Laritzen denies the second chance, and it's thrown out of bounds. Dolsky didn't see Harms' pass coming to him, and that's the second Comet turnover. Just like these players bring their best to the court, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Parker Ingles on the board. He's averaging 24 on the year per game, and he's got 3 as he hits the triple from the corner. It's 11-7. The visiting Wolves on top. Nice cut to the high post from Bessman there. Harms finds him. Can't finish, but an offensive rebound to Dolsky. They rotated. Olsen from the corner. Buries it from the near side, and Max has 5 early in this one. As he and Harms have both hit threes now. Three-pointer no good for Lenz on the other end. We got a close one and what's appearing to be a good one here in Waupaca between two teams at very different points in their season. Waupaca trying to turn it around after a 2-11 start. Turned over there, no foul, and Ingles gets out ahead of Harms. No foul there for Harms, but Ingles will convert. He's got 5 to lead all scorers for the Wolves. And you see Winneconne really selling out for that 1-3-1. Waupaca had the advantage there, but they cough it up again. Lenz spinning to the bucket. Can't get it to go, but he's headed to the line. Winneconne averaging 83 points per game on the season, one of the highest powered offenses in the state. They've scored over 70 in all but one of their games, over 80 all but 5. They've gone over 94 times, and they reached 100 points in one of their games this season. I saw their first game of the year against the Appleton North Lightning, and they were able to keep pace with a very great Division I team. Appleton North has been ranked all year, and Appleton North, they played with their food a little bit in that game, and Winneconne was able to make it interesting down the stretch. Lenz goes 1 for 2, and that'll make it a 4-point lead for the Wolves. So not only is it a 1-3-1 zone, it's a half-court trap, and they get another turnover. That's 4 now for Waupaca. Zimmer the other way, left-handed layup, no good. And the rebound eventually to Kanye Bessman. So you wonder when Coach Resch might think about using his first timeout, give his guys some pointers on attacking this 1-3-1 zone. Once they've gotten into their half-court offense, they've looked more comfortable. It's getting across the timeline that's been the trouble. Max Olsen with 5 points. Gives to Laritzen, and there's the timeout from Coach Resch. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll do the same. You're watching WIAA Boys Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. Gunnar Zippert along with Gus Olsen from Waupaca High School. Newly refurbished floor here at the Waupaca Fieldhouse this summer. My first time seeing it. Looks great. The design is very similar with the Comets on both sides. It reminds me of the Kaukauna gym where they've got ghosts on the foreground and the background there. Out of the timeout, the Comets looking to attack this 1-3-1 with a little bit more poise. They've turned the ball over 4 times. Loritzen gets it from Solberg in the corner and back to Solberg. He tries a 3, no good. Waupaca on the year shooting just 27% from three-point land. That's down from a year ago at 32%. But again, they're without their top scorer, Aaron Wolf. Lenz's shot is blocked or at least redirected. Good recovery on defense by the Comets. Over 6 minutes into this one. It's a 4-point lead for Winneconne. Olsen in the corner gives to Bessman. Nice pass. And Solberg into the game. Thought about taking another shot. They kick it out. Bessman for 3 off the mark. And it's a 3-on-3 in transition. It's off of Bessman's foot. And they're going to call a kick, although it certainly didn't look intentional. The ball just bounced off his shoe. I don't think Bessman was trying to kick it. He didn't even see it coming. Number 10 in for the Comets, Bennett Holzell, a 5'9" senior guard. So plenty of subs in so far for Coach Resch, and that's a good strategy to keep your players fresh. Lenz pulls up for a jumper, and a nice bounce there for him. He's got 5. The freshman averaging nearly 18 points on the year, 5.6 assists, and just 2.8 turnovers. So 2 assists for every turnover for the young varsity player, either just 14 or 15 years old, and he's already playing with a lot of poise for this Winneconne team. Nice save. Going out of bounds there was Holzell, but he saves it. And finally, for Coach Resch, a foul is picked up on Winneconne. A trio of subs into the game for Coach Flanagan of Winneconne. Cal Volpe, a senior, on for the first time, number 0, along with Andon Lang, another senior. His first action, and Brody Schaefer back for the Wolves. And Schaefer immediately makes an impact. 5th turnover of the game, and he lays it in at the other end. He's got 6. 18-10, and the Comets, after leading early and keeping it close, struggling to find some offense inside, and a block there for Bartel. Ingles on the break. Over a defender, it's Loritzen who does a nice job to get up and contest that shot. We haven't seen Winneconne much in the half-court offense. They've been out in transition for the majority of this game, either forcing turnovers or off of a Waupaca miss. Comets need a little bit of guidance here, and they're going to give it to their senior, Weston Loritzen, to the corner, and now the low post for Bessman. Nice fake, and the left-handed scoop layup for Kanye. He's on the board. 18-12, 10 minutes to go here in the first half. For these two teams, Waupaca's played a tough schedule so far, contributing to their early season struggles. The schedule's going to ease up a little bit as they get into the back half. And a good thing for the Comets and Coach Resch, 6 of their final 9 games will be here at Waupaca High School. They've been a road-heavy team so far. Foul's going to be on Cal Volpe, his first, team second. And a turnover there off the offensive foul for the Burgundy and Black. Comets get it across the timeline. Nice skip pass. And Bessman with an athletic take to the hoop. He gets called, gets the foul drawn, and he'll head to the free throw line where he is a 55% shooter this year. That's another area where this Waupaca team has struggled, shooting just 61% at the line. Winneconne, 71%. First free throw no good for Kanye, and back in is Carter Solberg, the 6'3 junior. Haven't seen a Damchak back in the game with his 2 fouls. Probably see him near the end of the first half, I would imagine. And Coach Resch is going to tell him not to pick up his 3rd. Bessman trying to split a pair at the line. He does so, and he's got 3 points. Drew Lenz, the freshman, back on for Winneconne. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Lenz will be guarded by Bestman as Waupaca's been in man defense. Winneconne's been using that 1-3-1 half-court trap and zone. Bartel in the far corner. He's guarded by Solberg. Number 1 versus number 1 there. Lenz misses as he was guarded by Bestman. Good stop for Waupaca, but they turn it over. It's Ingles intercepting the pass from Bestman and takes it to the hoop. He's got 7 to lead all scorers. That's the 6th turnover so far for Waupaca as we're under 9 minutes to go here in the first half into the second quarter portion of this game. Nice ball rotation from the Comets from the top of the key. Holzell's three-pointer no good. And jumper in transition for Lang is off the mark. Winneconne, they've got a 3-headed scoring monster of Schaefer, Lenz, and Ingles. But it's good to see Coach Flanagan really going deep into his bench here early in this one. We've seen plenty of subs for both teams. It's going to be an inbound underneath for Bestman. Fouls on Cal Volpe, his second, team's 4th. As Lenz has one. Another new player into the game, 6'5" forward, a junior, Dylan Johnson. And if I'm not mistaken, he was the star of the JV game here that took place before we went on the air. Waupaca got the win in that one by, as pulling up here is Olsen open for 3 and Johnson already on the boards. Will it stay with Waupaca? It will. Good effort there by the junior. Waupaca, the JV1 team, winning by about 15 points, I believe the final margin, maybe 17. And it was the Winneconne JV2 team getting a big win over the Comets. So this is the rubber match here between these two programs tonight. So far, it's been Winneconne leading for the majority of this one as we're 8 minutes to go in the first half. Bestman into the lane. Good drive, but he loses the handle out of bounds. And that's one of those turnovers that you're not too upset about, as he was taking an aggressive drive to the hole. Seven-point lead for Winneconne as we've got a little bit of music accompaniment here. They faded out. Drew Lenz will bring it up. He's guarded by Olsen. Olsen's been in the whole game for the Comets, proven to be their Iron Man. He's got 5 points as well to lead the squad. Going baseline is Schaefer. The help defense was late, and he got by Laritzen. Schaefer's got 8. Big pass to Johnson. He saves it, and not before his foot was on the line. As Waupaca has struggled with the pressure provided by Winneconne mightily. Last year it was Winneconne getting the win between these two schools, and this year between these two conferences, the Bay and the Northeastern Conference, the Bay has gotten the better by far. 8-3 the Bay Conference compared to the NEC. Turned over there by Lenz, and here come the Comets as it's Laritzen penetrating into a 2-3 zone now for Winneconne. They switch from the earlier 1-3-1. Johnson in the corner, guarded by Dallas Walker, or in Dallas Walker's zone. It's Lenz and Schaefer up top. From the corner, Solberg's 3, strong, and Ingles retrieves it. As 3 Comets check in, the floater for Ingles, too strong, gets his own board, tries again, and it's off the mark. Winneconne nearly attempting 70 shots per game. Waupaca just 45.5. Winneconne gets up and down the floor. They play an up-tempo game. You don't see them settle into their half-court sets very much. It's very much a transition-based offense, and that's how they've had one of the highest producing offenses in Division III this year. Waupaca, meanwhile, goes into Johnson and back out. Laritzen for 3. Off to the left. Rebound up for grabs. Here's a 2-on-2. Lenz has Schaefer with him. Schaefer around Johnson. Into Laritzen and kicked. Bartel on the drive. Gets past Johnson, and Gage Bartel with his first field goal of the game. He's got 4 points after hitting 2 for 2 at the line. 30-second timeout called by Winneconne. We'll head to a break. You're watching WIAA Boys Basketball presented by Zaleski Sports.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Both coaches using one 30-second timeout thus far. Have 4 remaining. Before the break, we were talking about how the Bay Conference has dominated against the Northeastern Conference this year, 8-3, including New London going 3-1 against Northeastern Conference teams in non-conference games. Fox Valley Lutheran in their first year out of the NEC and in the Bay, they're 2-2 against their old conference foes. Best team for the Northeastern Conference, very unsurprising. It's Donovan Davis and the Freedom Irish. They're at 2-0 against the Bay. And it should be said that the Bay schools are generally a little bit larger. Bestman on his rear end gets the pass to a dam check, and he's back into the game. The Bay Conference, majority Division II schools. Northeastern, mostly D3, but these two teams are the exceptions, as Winneconne's a D3 school in the Bay, Waupaca D2 in the NEC. As we start thinking about the playoffs, Winneconne, as it's off of Bestman and out of bounds, another hard luck turnover there. Winneconne in Division 3, Sectional 2, the bottom half of that group. Waupaca in Division 2, Sectional 2, also in the bottom half. We'll maybe preview those playoff potential placements as we get later into this one. Right now it's an 11-point lead for the Wolves, as Waupaca did a nice job of keeping it close early, but then the zone defense really gave them troubles. Lenz with a nice back cut to the hoop. He draws a foul from Bestman. So Bestman's got 1, Harms and a dam check, both with 2, and 6 team fouls for the Comets. They were at 5 team fouls with about 14 minutes left to go. Lenz so far on the season, a 76% free throw shooter, but he's 1 for 3 here tonight. The freshman playing just his 17th varsity game. I believe he started every game, and he'll do so for the next 3+ seasons. He splits a pair, and it's 25-13 in favor of the visitors. A dam check over to Laritzen and into the front court for Harms. Harms and a dam check on the floor, playing with 2 fouls, but Coach Resch feeling that he needs that offensive punch from his starters. Dolsky back to Laritzen. They go inside to a dam check, and now they're going to work it to the left side against this 2-3 zone. All the starters on the floor for the Comets, except Kanye Bestman in the game right now, as he pulls the 3, no good. Max Olson on the bench currently for Waupaca. And all the starters in the game, except for Gage Bartell, but now he subs in for Winneconne, and Julian Aberly will head off. Winneconne as a team, they don't shoot the lights out from downtown, just 32.5%, but they shoot 45% overall from the field, meaning that inside the arc, they're shooting 52%, which that's how they've done most of their damage here tonight. Nice pass from Schaefer to Walker, and Dallas Walker with his first points of the game. And that's where the majority of most team shots are going to come, but especially for this Winneconne team, about 2/3 of their shots coming from inside the arc. Nice drive to the hoop by Dolsky, but a rejection from his fellow number 5, Gage Bartell. Good effort from a Comet player to force it out of bounds there, but it's still going to be Winneconne ball. Now's that time for that new roofing project you've been putting off. Call Bob Gold Roofing for that brand new roof your home deserves. That's Bob Gold Roofing in Amherst. Pardon me, that was me touching my mic there. Apologize. Schaefer will bring it down with his team up 14. Walker gives to Bartell. Bartell, typically a forward, but playing on the outside here as they've got Walker in the game to play the post. And now Bartell driving, spinning on Dolsky, and he gets the better of his counterpart, number 5. Bartel's got 6. Harms with his team needing a bucket. They've been held off the score sheet. Here's Dolsky for 3. It's strong. And the rebound for Bartel. He'll look to push in transition. Lenz flies along the baseline there. Bartel didn't see him, or he thought better of it. Schaefer for 3. Brody Schaefer, the first triple since early in this one for the Wolves, and it's a killer as they're now up 32-13. Lauritzen, nice Euro step into the lane, and Weston Lauritzen breaks the scoring drought of the Comets, and Lauritsen's on the board with his first points of the day. And if you're Coach Resch, you're just trying to get to halftime and cut into this lead right now, but Brody Schaefer's not going to let that happen. He hits back-to-back three-pointers on the Wolves' most recent possessions, and they've stretched the lead to 20. It's tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Comets. Other games in the Northeastern Conference tonight, just a couple to speak of. Oconto Falls is at Denmark. That's a matchup of the 4th place team at the tied for 2nd place team in the Vikings, tied for 2nd. And the other team tied for 2nd, Little Chute, is at Marinette. Marinette currently in 9th behind Waupaca. Into the corner, Lauritzen open for 3. And if the Waupaca can get it going from outside, that would certainly help against this zone defense. Schaefer stumbling. He had Ingles with him, but thinks better of going to the hoop without a firm handle. Now back the other way. Harms will pull up for 3. His body was a little bit ahead of his hand there. Under 2 minutes to go. Spin move for Schaefer, and one on the scoop layup. What a take from the senior captain for this Winneconne team. It's on Lauritzen, his first, team 7th, as the Wolves are now into the bonus, but just one shot here for Brody Schaefer, who's at 16 points, averaging 20.5 on the year, so he's well on pace to break that tonight. Make it 17. As it's been all Wolves here in the later stages of the first half, and turned over as Lauritzen's pass too high for a dam check. The 10th turnover of the half for the Comets by my count. Very unofficial tally here. And Lenz gets downhill over a dam check's swat attempt. They're gonna call a foul on a dam check. I don't know if it was so much a foul as it was him slapping the glass. That's not allowed, but either way, that's a tough way to pick it up for the Comets, one of their leading scorers. That's his 3rd. So Lenz at the line. It'll be a 1-and-1. Count the bucket. Single bonus free throw is no good, as Lenz has struggled so far tonight at the stripe. He's 2 for 5. Dolsky in the lane. Olsen made a 3 earlier, and he knocks down another from the right wing. He leads all Comets with 8 points as they try to get some momentum going into the second half. Bartel for 3, trying to answer, and does just that for Winneconne. Bartel's first triple of the night, and both teams starting to shoot it from outside here more frequently. Waupaca breaks the half-court trap, and they'll reset. In the corner, it's Solberg going baseline. Good job by the sophomore Zimmer there, sliding his feet. Foul's going to be called on Winneconne. I believe it's on Ingles. Parker Ingles picks up his first, team's 6th. Rather, the team's 5th, as they had already updated the scoreboard before I looked. If you're Waupaca, under a minute to go here in the first half. Just want to have a good possession or two. Keep your momentum going from that made Olsen three-pointer. Baseline drive and drawing another foul. That's a good way to keep this possession going. Aggressive take from Bennett Holzell. It's going to be on Aaron Zimmer, his first. And now as the half is winding down, the Waupaca's into the bonus. Olsen left open for 3. And if you're Coach Flanagan, that's the one One thing you got to be a little bit critical on that possession of your guys. Don't leave the guy open who just made a three-pointer off the inbound. Schaefer drives to the hoop, finds Bartel open over the crashing Solberg, and Bartel's got back-to-back three-pointers for the Wolves as they have hit 5 in the half and 4 in the last couple of minutes. 46-18, and at risk of a 10-second violation, Coach Resch is going to use a timeout as Laritzin was having trouble in the backcourt. Another 30-second timeout. We'll take a break on Zaleski Sports.
I think people should choose Farmers State Bank because we are a community bank here investing in you and in our community.
I love the employees here. They're awesome. I say they're the A-team, and I sincerely mean that. They always have a smile on their face. They're always saying thank you, have a great day. I love our employees. If you need something, we're here. You don't have to call a 1-800 number. Farmers State Bank is always here for you.
Local decisions, local lenders.
Bank with Farmers State Bank.
Welcome back to Waupaca High School. Gunnar Sippert along with Gus Olson on the production side of tonight's broadcast. Upcoming schedule for Waupaca on Zaleski Sports, at least tentatively. Next Tuesday, girls basketball taking on WIAA Fremont in a non-conference game. And then next Friday, girls basketball hosting Marinette. The boys team will have a game for you 2 weeks from tomorrow, the 13th against Wrightstown. And then the following week, boys basketball against Freedom on the 17th. That would be a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. No, Tuesday. And then the Thursday of that week, the 19th, girls basketball against Clintonville. Again, those are tentative schedules. Make sure to check back with ZaleskiSports.com to see the most updated schedules for all of our broadcasts here in Waupaca and throughout the state. 7 seconds to go in the first half. Olsen thought about taking the shot. It's going to be turned over. Schaefer against Laritzin. 2 to go. Floater is no good, and the second chance attempt no good from Lenz, and no fouls called. So we'll head to the halftime break with a 28-point lead for the Winneconne Wolves, 46-18 over the Waupaca Comets. You're watching WIAA Boys Basketball, presented by Zaleski Sports.
Why should they choose Farmers State Bank?
I think people should choose Farmers State Bank because we are here investing in you and investing in this beautiful community. So is there really any other way you should go? Definitely Farmers State Bank.
I love the employees here. They're awesome. I say they're the A-team, and I sincerely mean that. We do so many different things as far as giving back to the community, and they always have a smile on their face. They're always saying thank you, have a great day. I love our employees.
Farmers State Bank is investing in you. Each year since 1997, we participated in National Teach Kids to Save Day. This is a day that we are teaching the youth a unique banking program to teach them saving for the future. We feel this saving is a valuable financial lesson for them now and in the future. That's just one of the reasons you should bank with Farmers State Bank.
I think people should choose Farmers State Bank because we're not only a full-service bank, but we also are very community-oriented bank. So we give to a lot of different organizations, not just the big things that people may see, like when we donated to the football field or the Zamboni for hockey, or to the playground splash pad project, or to Lakeman Field. Not just those things, but also the little things like the community churches, the festivals that we give to, the Waupaca Arts Hub or Arts Board. You know, we give to just an extreme amount of organizations, and I don't think people realize what we actually do for the community, and I think that's what sets us apart from the rest.
You know what I like most about my job is that I have the opportunity to help the loan officers type loans for people that are looking to make their dreams come true.
Farmers State Bank is actually one of the last local community banks in the area. We are very community driven, always involved in Project Backpack, donations to sporting programs, the schools, always trying to get financial literacy to students, and always just trying to be out in the community and do whatever we can to help Waupaca.
They should choose Farmers State Bank because we truly care about our customers. We watch out for them
with scams, with so many things going on nowadays, whether they're scams that have been around a while or even new ones. We get trained very well on trying to pick up on that in all departments so that we can protect our customers, and that, again, we've been with them for multiple generations. We don't want to see them lose the money that they have from retirement or anything like that. We want them to be protected.
When you walk into Farmer State Bank, someone's always going to say hi. They're going to greet you with a smile, and when you're leaving, they're going to say, have a great day. If you need something, we're here. You don't have to call a 1-800 number. Farmer State Bank is always here for you.
You know, Farmer State Bank is so special to me because I get to walk in every day and actually enjoy doing my job. I look forward to coming to work and getting the opportunity to work with people that have now become my second family.
When we say we're investing in you, we truly mean it.
Local decisions, local lenders.
Bank with Farmer State Bank.
Welcome back at the half. Under 7 minutes to go in the halftime pause here. Gunnar Zippert along with Gus Olson from Waupaca High School. If you're just tuning in by chance, it was close through the first 9 minutes. In my scorebook here, it still has scoring totals by quarters, because throughout the country you're going to have games that are played quarters instead of halves. Anyways, my point is, through 9 minutes, the score was 20-13 in favor of Winneconne. Waupaca was holding within a single-digit deficit, but then in the final 9 minutes of the half, Winneconne goes on a 26-5 run, and they find themselves up 28 at the half. Coach Flanagan's 10-6 squad, already 2 more wins than a year ago, looking to pick up their 11th here tonight. Leading scorers, we'll start with the visitors. It's just the starting lineup that's gotten on the score sheet thus far, led by Brody Schaefer with 17 points. He's made 7 different field goals and has made 1 free throw as well. Gage Bartell with 12 points, only averaging 8.4 on the year. He's already over that mark. Parker Ingalls with 7, Drew Lenz with 8. Should have said Drew first, as Drew's averaging about 18, and he's right on pace for that at 8 points, just about. Parker Ingalls averaging 24, so I guess Waupaca did a good job of handling him in the first half, but he was probably more than happy to see his teammates take more of the scoring. And Dallas Walker with 2 points. For the Waupaca Comets, leading the day is Max Olson with 8. He's only averaging 3 on the year, so a great half for the senior guard. Eric Harms and Kanye Bessman both with 3. Harms made a 3-pointer, Bessman with a 2-point bucket and a free throw. And Max Dolsky and Weston Laritzen each with 2 points. Austin Adamczyk held scoreless. He's the Comets' second leading scorer behind Laritzen, and it's close. Laritzen at 11.7, Adamczyk at 10.4. And the turnovers were the key in the half. That pressure defense from Winneconne, trapping Waupaca at half court, trapping them once they got into their own front court, led to 10 turnovers by my count, whereas the Wolves just turned the ball over 3 times. So Waupaca's coach, Matt Resch, is definitely telling his team they're going to need to control the ball if they're going to want to have a chance to come back in this one. Foul trouble on the game. Austin Adamczyk, our main focus here for the Comets. He's got 3, and he picked up his 3rd of the half on a goaltend. Not a goaltend, but he slapped the glass after the Lenz layup already got by him, and that's not a way you want to pick up a foul, especially when you're in trouble. Eric Harms with 2 for the Comets, and then Laritzen, Bessman, and Olson all with 1. On the other side, Zimmer and Volp, 2 of the players playing off the bench here for Coach Flanagan, each of them with 2. And I've got Drew Lenz and Parker Ingalls with 1 apiece. In terms of upcoming schedule for both of these conferences, coming up to tomorrow on the 30th in the Northeastern Conference, you've got Oconto Falls at Denmark and Little Chute at Marinette, like I mentioned before. 2 more games that I mistakenly thought were on a different day. Luxembourg Casco will be here at Waupaca tomorrow. Unfortunately, we will not have that game on the air for you on Zaleski. Clintonville also at Wrightstown tomorrow in Northeastern Conference boys basketball matchups. And in the Bay Conference tonight, you've got Shawano at Fox Valley Lutheran in a conference matchup, and Sturgeon Bay at Green Bay East in another non-conference tilt. Tomorrow, Seymour, the top team in Division III in the state and undefeated at 15-0. They're at Green Bay West. Menasha is at New London, and a non-conference matchup as Xavier hosts Sheboygan South. That'll do it for our halftime show here on Zaleski Sports from Waupaca High School. Gunnar Tippert and Gus Olson with you. We'll take another quick break and be back with the second half after these messages.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
When it comes to propane, this is the best time of the year. Get your fill scheduled before the winter weather sets in, and you'll be glad you did with L&L Propane in Waupaca. Servicing all throughout central Wisconsin, no matter the size of your propane need, L&L can get you set and ready for your home needs, business needs, crop drying, and so much more. Don't get caught paying those late season prices for your propane this year. Just call L&L Propane at 800-924-5975. That's 800-924-5975 for the best propane price of the year.
Halftime buzzer sounds, and we're ready for the second half of this one between Waupaca and Winneconne. The Wolves with a dominant end of that first half, outscoring Waupaca 26-5 in the final 9 minutes. Waupaca will be looking to shore things up on the offensive end, take care of the ball, but also Winneconne was able to exert their will offensively. Waupaca needing to step up on defense here, as Winneconne now going right to left across your screen. Starting fives out there for both teams. Austin Adamczyk, one to watch, as Walker's three from the corner, no good. Bartel offensive rebound, and he gets the first points of the second half. He's got 14, and he scored most of his from the first half. He had 12. He scored most of them in the second quarter, as he had 10 in the final 9 minutes. They break the half-court trap. Hot pass for Olson in the corner. Nice job of recovering. Post-to-post pass from Harms to Laritzen. Good kick. And Dolsky will take the drive. The runner, no good. And out in transition, Lenz got back before any of the Waupaca defenders. Ingles finds him, and Lenz with the layup. Laritzen into the front court for Adamczyk. No foul there on Walker as he was reaching in a little bit. Adamczyk with some pressure against him, looking to the high post, and now they rotate it over to Max Olson, the leading scorer for this Waupaca team, nearly adding to that total. Rebound for Adamczyk will not count, as we've got a foul, and Olson will head to the free throw line. It's going to be on Brody Schaefer, his first of the half for either side, and Olson at the line so far this year, only 3 attempts. He's made 2 of them. And now he's a 50% shooter on the season. As I take it, this has been some of the most playing time that Olson's gotten on the season. I didn't write down whether he's gotten a start so far yet this season, but he's made his impact as he's got 9 of the 19 points for Waupaca. The senior guard standing in at 5'10", and he's got the first point of the half for the Comets as he splits a pair of free throws. Spin move into the lane for Ingalls. I think it was blocked or tipped out of his hands, but that ended up helping him as he gets on the board in the second. He's the Wolves' leading scorer on the season. So far in this one, he's third on the team, or fourth, as Lenz is a point ahead of him with 10. Bartell with 14, Schaefer with 17, Olsen with 12 as he knocks down another three-pointer. Max Olsen's having himself a game on the offensive end especially. Schaefer's going to drive against Laritzen and look to facilitate. Pass to Bartell. Bartell against Adamczyk, but Adamczyk has to play very loose defense with his 3 fouls, and Bartell takes advantage. Can't risk picking up a fourth, and the Wolves know that, so they went straight at him. Adamczyk will bring it across the timeline. Waupaca now going left to right across your screen. Adamczyk held off the score sheet thus far, averaging about 10 points a game. As a team, Waupaca plays more of a defensive style so far this season. As it's turned over here, Schaefer gets it out to Lenz, and yet again, the freshman beats back any of the defenders for Waupaca. On the season, Waupaca averaging just 48 points per game, but they hold opponents to less scoring than Winneconne does, giving up just 56. Winneconne, as we said earlier, averaging over 83, but they give up around 70 and a half per game. Olsen with the runner, no good, as they got a second chance on that offensive possession, but can't convert. So Winneconne's used to playing in these high-scoring games, whereas Waupaca is maybe a little bit more used to a slower tempo in their conference play so far this year. Deep three from Ingalls. He was nearly out of bounds, and he knocks down his second triple of the night. He's got 12 points. Turnover here, and Schaefer on the floor from his backside will get it to a teammate. And Ingalls in transition against Laritzen. Scoop layup around him. Should say that's a hook shot, and Ingalls has been the offensive standout so far here in the second half. Coach Resch hesitant to use his third timeout thus far, as he had to burn one at the end of the first as as they were nearing a 10-second violation. Dolsky no good on that shot attempt, and Lenz into the lane. He finds Bartell open for 3. He was making them left and right in the first half. Walker turnaround jumper no good, but Schaefer gets up for the putback. Brody Schaefer's first points of the half. He maintains the game lead at 19. Harms into the lane. Adamczyk, nice drive, and Austin Adamczyk on the board. Actually, we're going to call the foul on the floor, so that basket wiped off, much to Austin's chagrin. Brody Schaefer's second foul and second team foul, as Schaefer, Bartell, and Walker will head off, so a much smaller lineup now out there for Winneconne, as Aberly, Lang, and Zimmer come on. Starters still out there for Waupaca. They work it to the left block. It's Adamczyk. He finds Olsen. You can't leave him open for 3. Almost gets it to go, but a perfect rebound and putback for Laritzen. He's got 4. For 3 on the other side, it's Andon Lang with his first points of the game. And that's just his second made three-pointer on the season. Shooting 2 for 4 from downtown. Olsen needs help, and Adamczyk will take charge of things on offense for Waupaca. Cast your own future at Waupaca Foundry, now hiring for a number of open positions with a great environment and the chance to work your way up the ladder and truly build your career. Cast your own future at jobs.waupacafoundry.com. Dolsky is fouled, and he'll head to the line. Will be on Drew Lenz, his second. team's third, so maybe Waupaca will be able to get to the line a little bit more than they did in the first half. Dolsky shooting 4 for 7 from the line so far this season. And a trio of subs here for Waupaca: Dylan Johnson, Kanye Bessman, Carter Solberg, and Bennett Holzell. I should say a quartet, not a trio, as Dolsky hits both shots, and he's got a whole new team around him as he stays in. Commanding lead for Winneconne. We'll see how they approach the final 12.5 of this one. Ingalls loses it, and it'll be a turnover. He thought it was off of Bessman. Instead, it'll be the first Wolves turnover of the half. Schaefer back along with Cal Volpe for the first time in the second half. The restoration experts in Waupaca are the place to turn when things go wrong in your home or business, commercial business. From weather damage, water issues, fire, sewage, or general cleanup, let the restoration experts get your home back the way it was intended. Waupaca works it to the low post for Dolsky, the most recent scorer. Open for three is Solberg. Can't get it to go, and a nice rebound there for Zimmer as Dolsky was trying to knock it away. Schaefer drives on Dolsky, and no help defense for Max. He'll have to foul to prevent Schaefer from scoring. Schaefer to the line where he was 1 for 2 in the first half. As a team, as I try to do some quick math here in my head, 5 for 9 in the half were the Wolves. Schaefer misses the first free throw attempt of the half for Winneconne, so 5 for 10 now at the line as a team. That's one of the nits you could pick against this Winneconne offense. Just the 2 free throw attempts in the first half for Waupaca by Kanye Bessman. He was 1 for 2, and so far in the second half, they are 3 for 4. And Schaefer can't make either one there. Typically, he's a 68% shooter. And he gets the steal here off the pass from Bessman. Back the other way, the finger roll layup, and in, as he's got 21 to lead all scorers. Foul near midcourt here against Winneconne. It's going to be their 4th of the half. It's going to be on Andon Lang, his first. Team's 4th, and Waupaca with just 1. Bessman leaves it for Holzell. Only starter in the game currently for the Comets is Weston Laritzen. He checked in for Dolsky. Laritzen with 4 points. They worked it around to Dylan Johnson, who was a star standout earlier in the JV game, if I'm not mistaken. He was wearing 21, and there wasn't a 21 listed on the JV roster. Nice take to the hoop, and it's going to be a travel called very dramatically by the baseline judge. I thought it might have been an and one for Solberg. As we get deeper into the second half here, we'll see if we see any more new players come on for either side. We've seen about 4 or 5 substitutions off the bench so far for both teams. Schaefer gets downhill, goes straight at Bessman. Good defense from Kanye, and it'll be an offensive foul or a loose ball foul against Winneconne. It's going to be on Schaefer, his 3rd, so at least for Waupaca, you might have the game's leading scorer headed to the bench sooner rather than later. Still Winneconne with some pressure in the backcourt against Waupaca. Holzell will give to Bessman, and they lay off as Kanye is across the timeline. Laritzen, nice dribble into the lane. Reverse layup, nifty piece of work there from Weston Laritzen. He's got 6. 3-pointer from outside from Volpe is no good, and it's going to be off. Off of Winneconne, off of Ingalls specifically. Dallas Walker back on. He's got 2 points. As we've yet to have a bench player score for Winneconne. Nope, Andon Lang broke that with his 3-pointer. First points off the bench. Here's Laritzen for 3. Weston starting to feel it from the field. He's got 7 here in the second half, 9 on the game. And Ingles does a nice job of quashing any momentum that Waupaca had by getting back with the layup there. He's got 16. We're approaching the 9-minute mark here as we're nearly 3/4 of the way through this one. Laritzen guarded by Schaefer with his 3 fouls. Laritzen can go against him and expect some of the lax defense that Adamczyk had to settle for. And nice pass from Weston to Dylan Johnson. Johnson on the board with his first varsity points of the night after standing out in that JV game. Ingles with the deep 3, up 37. No good, but Walker grabs the board. Lenz is going to drive left on Bessman. Nice take to the hoop and no foul called. Lenz wanted one. We're into the final quarter of this one. 3-pointer from the corner. Bennett Holzell with just his second 3-pointer of the year, and that'll lead to a timeout. It'll be a full timeout. We'll do the same. You're watching WIAA Boys Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
As a local 4th-generation jeweler, Fletcher's Jewelers in Waupaca has the perfect variety of diamond engagement rings, wedding bands, bracelets, and so much more. From the moment you step into the store, the service creates an experience you can't find anywhere else. In addition to beautiful new pieces, Fletcher's Jewelers also provides cleaning, repair, and restoration services to keep your existing jewelry as shiny as ever. You can't beat the beautiful selection you'll find at Fletcher's Jewelers in downtown Waupaca.
My favorite part of being in the jewelry business is really the people. Building relationships with the people and becoming part of their family, being part of their traditions.
As we break from the Waupaca full timeout, Coach Resch has 2 remaining. Coach Flanagan of Winneconne with 4. Tonight the Waupaca girls are off, but tomorrow they head to Luxembourg Casco as the boys host Luxembourg Casco. And then again, tentatively on the schedule here on Zaleski Sports next week, Waupaca will be at home, the girls' team, against Waupaca Fremont in a non-conference matchup before hosting Marinette on Friday. Marinette, one of the better teams in the Northeastern, as Waupaca currently sits in the middle of the girls' standings. The team coached by Rob Scherer, they're at 5th out of 9, 8-8 on the year. Kanye Bessman for the boys' team, bringing it across half court here. They find Johnson in the corner. And Johnson looking for some leadership from his varsity teammates here. Again, just one starter on the floor for Waupaca, and it's been like that for a long time. Laritzen into the lane. Nice take, tough bounce. And Lenz ends up with the layup as Laritzen has got 9 points. He leads all scorers for Waupaca except Max Olson. What a drive for Brody Schaefer. He is quite the athlete, and him getting downhill, it's a little bit scary, as you know about his prowess on the football field. You don't really want to get in that guy's way when he's driving to the hoop. They go inside to Johnson, and he is swatted away by Gage Bartell. Bartell's had a couple of big stuffs tonight, and they give it into Gage. The senior pulls up over Solberg. Good defense by Solberg, but at a second chance for Winneconne. Ingles 3, no good, and Laritzen will control the rebound. 7.5 to go, as it's going to be Dolsky checking in and Harms as well. Laritzen's 3 off the mark. Ingles again on the fast break, gives it to Bartell. Bartell was thinking about a dunk, lost a handle, and you see him grimace a little bit as he knows he got away with one there, as the ball did end up going up straight above the hoop and through the netting. Holzell gets the pass from Solberg. A couple of young players there. Holzell a senior, Solberg a junior, getting some minutes here on the varsity stage. Solberg will be one of the returnees for this Waupaca team next year. As, bumped there was Holzell. He finds Laritzen. Good kick out, and the three-pointer no good. It's going to be off of Schaefer and out of bounds. Schaefer is not happy with the lack of call there, and I can't say I blame him. Dolsky, Adamczyk, and Harms on, so nearly all the starters on the floor right now for the Comets except for Max Olson, the leading scorer. Bessman gets it into Adamczyk. Bessman, the lone reserve on the floor for Waupaca right now. Nice pass from Laritzen to Adamczyk, and Adamczyk to the hole, still can't get on the board as that one was blocked. Nice a dribble behind the back. Lenz sets up Bartel from the corner, and Walker with the board. Walker to Ingles. Ingles from downtown. Another deep three-pointer off the mark. And Adamczyk, again, he's going to push it in transition. Now it's Waupaca with a chance. Bessman's shot ends up leaving it a little bit short. A little bit too much touch on that. And now Lenz on the left side of your screen to the hoop. No good. Schaefer can't corral the rebound. Ingles gets it. And a tough bounce for Winneconne off of Waupaca and out of bounds. Back and forth action there nonstop. Upcoming schedule for this Waupaca team. Pardon me, I'm looking at the wrong side of my paper here. I'll pull up the boys' schedule momentarily. We got you the girls' schedule for next week. Boys' team is going to be on the road, I believe, while the girls are at home. Walker goes inside to Lenz. Fadeaway jumper, no good, but an offensive rebound to Lang. Lang gives to Bartel, and Bartel around Laritzen. Back on the score sheet, he's got 20. Laritzen thinks about a three, and Olson back into the game, the leading scorer for this Comet squad. Adamczyk still held off the score sheet somehow. He thought he had his first basket of the night, but then he was called for a travel, and then he had a nice drive to the hoop on their last possession, but it was blocked. He pulls up for three here, and it's strong. This is Julian Aberly, kicks it to Walker. Into the lane is Bartel, back out for Lenz. Lenz step back three over Olson. What a nice shot there from the freshman Drew Lenz. He makes his first triple of the night. And Winneconne's up to 79, as again, they have scored over 70 points in all but one of their games this year. Looking like they're going to break 80 for, they've gotten at least 80 points in all but 5 of their 16 games, and it looks like they're going to head over 80 for a 12th time on the season, at least. Tough luck for Dolsky on the layup attempt. They get it to Walker, open for three from the corner. He gets his own board as he was uncontested on the boards. He kicks to Bartel. Bartel with the shot and the friendly roll. It's going to be an and one. Foul's going to be on number 5, Dolsky. His second and team second. He's been the only Waupaca player to commit a foul here in the second half. Bartel to the line as he gets the and one. So far, he's 2 for 2 at the line tonight, shooting 67% on the year, making 2 for every 3 he shoots. See if that holds true. He's 2 for 2 tonight. As the Winneconne Wolves are over 80 points, 81 specifically. And 3 for 3 on the evening. Bartel will head to the bench, perhaps for a final time, as Zimmer comes on. And it appears all the starters are out of the game except for Dallas Walker. He's still in for this Winneconne squad. Olson looking to Johnson, but a little bit too late there, as Johnson was flashing that he was open. Bessman tries to go to Johnson. It's tipped. They could go into the backcourt. I think that's not an over and back. He jumped from the front court to the backcourt without possession. He didn't have possession until he landed. I can kind of get why the Waupaca faithful were upset with that call. And Coach Resch is not pleased with it either. Couple of new subs into the game for Winneconne. Number 4, Luca Boyle, and number 20, Jack Bushing, into this one. Boyle, a sophomore, Bushing, a freshman. So Bushing and Lenz and also Aiden Van Allen on the roster here. 3 freshmen for this varsity Winneconne squad. And Zimmer gets around the defender Johnson and is on the board for the first time tonight. Aaron Zimmer extends the lead. Bessman looking to give it to Johnson and eventually kicks to Solberg. They go inside to Johnson. And the defense for Winneconne not letting up here in the final 2 minutes. Bessman with the drive, can't get the shot to go. Upcoming schedule for Winneconne this Tuesday, they host Green Bay East. Has the shot there from Aberly, no good. Zimmer throws up a wild putback attempt, and Bessman controls. Before next Friday, Winneconne will host Clintonville in a non-conference matchup. Olson with the layup. He's got 14 points to lead the Comets. And then the following Tuesday, a big week for this Winneconne team. They host Menasha on Tuesday, February 10th, before going to Fox Valley Lutheran on the 12th. They beat Menasha in their first meeting and lost to Fox Valley Lutheran by 13. They beat Menasha, I believe, it was a close game, beat them by 14. And they're currently behind Fox Valley Lutheran and Xavier in the standings. They have a win over Xavier by 2. Wild layup attempt there for Aberly, no good. Into the game for Waupaca, number 32, Carson Comp. Foul on the ground against number 4, Luca Boyle. And it's going to be the 6th team foul. So final one before the bonus, but it doesn't look like we'll reach that for Waupaca. Some impressive wins on the year for this Winneconne squad. Against Omro by 14, Laconia by 16, Menasha by 14, all of those on the road. Also beat Xavier by 2, who they're behind in the Bay Conference standings. Seymour in first, Fox Valley Lutheran in second, Winneconne in fourth, with Xavier in third. 4 games back of the lead are the Wolves. In tonight's non-conference game, they're going to take the resounding win, 84-36. Aberly gives to Zimmer, and that will do it. Stay tuned for the Waupaca Foundry post-game show, as we'll have an interview with Coach Flanagan and a player of his choosing for a job that will ignite your career. Apply today at jobs@waupacafoundry.com. That's jobs@waupacafoundry.com. Tonight's game also brought to you by Culligan Water. Culligan specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. We'll head to the postgame show, the Waupaca Foundry postgame show. We'll have Coach Flanagan and a player after this message from the Foundry.
The mission at Waupaca Foundry is to provide all of the world with our great quality castings.
I think it'd be kind of hard to find this sort of environment working anywhere else. It's a little bit different than your typical factory setting.
People think that we just pour, we pour a few castings, but like here at Plant 1, we're pouring, 3,000 different parts.
There's a lot to learn, and it's fascinating. When I started and I said that to myself, well, if I don't give it a shot and I don't try out the job, I won't know if I actually like it.
I stay because of my team leader and my foreman and the guys I work with over there. They make it fun and easy and interesting. They're willing to help. They're willing to teach. They give you the time to learn.
As long as you show up, you do what you're supposed to, you ask questions, and you put your best foot forward, you literally can keep moving up.
One of the things that has kept me tied to the company is how do you feel? When you go every day to a place, you belong to a team, you have opportunity for growth, that's the right place to be.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
Waupaca has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. They sent me to school. I have an associate's degree now. I take pride in that because I've always wanted to have a college degree, and now I have it, and Waupaca supplied that to me.
I feel like we are an elite team that keeps this place running in Melton Iron, and I'd like to feel part of something bigger.
I enjoy working with everybody. I love being up here in Wisconsin.
It's like a brotherhood. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's looking out for everyone.
The people that make up Waupaca Foundry are just really genuine, hard-working people.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
We build a good sense of camaraderie with our teams, so it just allows for a more well-rounded and healthy work environment.
It's not just a job, it's a career.
What our differentiator is, Waupaca is a company, first it has a welcoming culture. So no matter what your background is, if you are coming, willing to do your job and contribute to the company growth and also growth yourself, you will find the right place.
We make products that help people. I don't ever want to have to worry that you get in your vehicle and you go home and something breaks or fails because we didn't do something right on our process. It all matters.
Waupaca Foundry, it's one of the largest iron foundries in the world, and it's right here in Waupaca, and I love that.
Welcome back on the Waupaca Foundry postgame show. We've got Coach Flanagan and Brody Schaefer with us. We'll start with you, Coach. So far this season, you guys have basically all of your contributing. You're scoring back from a season ago, so a lot of continuity in the offseason. What have you seen during this year, though? What have you liked from your team in terms of their progression throughout the year?
I think our group has just come together as a group. I got 7 seniors that really have stepped up. It's not very often you see a team with 7 seniors, but 7 that are on the same page and working towards a goal of getting better and being the best version of us for March.
And then, obviously, when you look at the stats for you guys, you're a high-powered offense. What kind of steps does your team need to take throughout the rest of this season to have more defensive efforts like you had here tonight?
Yeah, we're definitely aware that that's something we got to focus on. That's something we talk about quite a bit is focusing on our consistency on the defensive end. I think that starts with just building healthy habits day in and day out in practice. We've been seeing a little bit more of that carry over to the games, but not consistently yet. So we got a month to get better, and our goal, like I said, is to be the best version of us come March.
And then you've got Green Bay East next week, and then the week after, I believe, Menasha and Fox Valley Lutheran, second time through the Bay Conference. What's it like approaching a team when it's your rematch against them? You've already seen them once this year. What's the plan going into your second time through conference play?
I'm confident in making adjustments. I watch a ton of film, but seeing things that worked, seeing things that they did against us that gave us struggles, and addressing those before we see them again. But again, I think these kids are also kids that if they get beat one way, they're pretty good at not getting beat that way again. So kudos to a group that, I've been around for 2 years. We talked about this being a 2-year build, and things are starting to come together the way we planned.
Certainly already 3 more wins than a year ago. Congrats on the win here tonight.
Yes, appreciate it.
We'll get our highlight house player here, Brody Schaefer, the game's leading scorer, although maybe one of your teammates passed you at the end. I can't remember. But seven of you guys get on the scoreboard here tonight. It was close early. The first quarter of this game, it was 20-13, but then you guys had that big end of the first half. You really pulled away. Anything you saw specifically where you guys were just able to exert your will on defense at the half-court trap?
We really stepped it up on defense this game. That's been something we've been preaching in practice. So to be able to go out there and put what we work on in practice and run it in the game is pretty special for us. And then we ran the court well and got easy looks, and we were sharing the ball well, and also we got up the way we wanted to, and we kept playing well from there, and the rest of the game kind of went well for us, and we continued to work on us and work on things that maybe we aren't the best at.
And then in terms of your guys' resume this year, you guys are playing a lot of bigger schools. I think I saw something like you've only played a D3 school, teams you would play in the playoffs. It's a very few times this year. You're playing a lot of D2 in the Bay Conference. It's been a tough schedule. What do you think? Do you think that's preparing you well for the postseason, again, when you'll be playing actually some of these D3 schools when you've been playing D2 all year?
I think it really does prepare us. Some of the teams we're playing now we could see in the playoffs, so it's one of those things where you kind of work on yourselves in the regular season, no matter who you play, and you build for March, like we say. So it's one of those things where it's good to play some great competition and some bigger schools, and it only helps us in the long run.
And like Coach said, 7 seniors on your guys' team. What are you looking forward to as it's the final month or 2 months or so with these guys on the hardwood this season?
Honestly, I've been playing with most of these guys my entire life, so I'm just trying to enjoy every moment, like Coach tells us, and come to practice every day with smiles on our faces and competing with each other. That's pretty special with the group that I've been with my whole life. So, we want to end on a positive note and keep it rolling.
Congrats on the win, Brody. The final thing we'll have you do, we'll put you in the highlight house. I'll give you the mic. I'll step away, and you'll just look at our camera up there. I'll count you down. You'll just say, "I'm Brody Schaefer, and I'm in the house." Okay. Just bump it up a little bit. There you go. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Brody Schaefer, and I'm in the house.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
Good luck rest of the season, guys. 84-38, the final score here from Waupaca as Winneconne improves to 11-6. Waupaca now at 2-12. Winneconne already with 3 more wins than a year ago, and they'll be heading back to Bay Conference action. Next week here from Waupaca, we'll have the girls team playing WIAA, Fremont, and Marinette. Again, that's a tentative schedule. Make sure to check ZaleskiSports.com for the most up-to-date schedules. We'll sign off here for Gus Olson. I'm Gunnar Sippert. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night.